Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Women of a Particular Age podcast. I am Tara, and here's my co host.
And I'm Heather.
Hey. So,
Hi.
listen, before we get started, we want to make sure that you like, share, and subscribe so that anytime we upload, you're able to get the freshest and the newest content that we do. We usually make new content for our podcast every Friday, but there is other content that does come in through the week. So, Heather, my friend, muy bonita. You look so sexy. How are you
Muchas
doing?
gracias, amiga. Tú también, estás muy linda.
Oh man, she gonna give me the whole kid and caboodle. How's it going, friend? Tell me, how was your day today?
It's a good day. It's been a very busy weekend, but
Okay.
it's good. I did make a little trip to one of our favorite places, Ulta, and I'm
Ooh.
wearing this. I bought this New York. It's called fat oil. I love
Yes.
lip gloss. I'm a lip
Okay.
gloss girl. I mean, from
Okay.
back in the day, and now
Okay.
lip gloss has made a comeback. And now they have
Yes.
ones that have oil and they're very moisturizing to your
Wow.
lips. And this one's called That's Chic.
Okay.
Love it. Price is so reasonable. I mean,
Okay.
and they have a very nice selection of colors. And I did buy a new little palette. It's called
Okay.
from New York as well. It's Ultimate Warm Neutrals. And there's some really
Okay.
nice little colors there that have a little bit of glitter because I like my little
Okay.
glitter, but they also have
Yes.
some matte. And so that was a lot of fun, trying on new makeup. A girl can never get tired of, shopping for makeup and stuff like that,
Yeah,
right?
I know, girl. I know. I know. All right.
It's
Well, look at you.
dangerous to
Seem
go
like
there.
you were busy. You seem like you were busy today. Okay.
I was
All right.
busy and busy yesterday too. So, and here we are doing what we love to
Friend.
do.
Well, look it. Let
How
me
about
let me tell
you?
you what happened. Let me tell you what happened to me today. All right. So
Okay.
what happens to me today is me and you are supposed to meet for the podcast to start filming at 6:30. But what ends up happening is my daughter comes over and then we start to beat the streets. Okay. So I'm at Marshall's, I'm at Ross because
Oh,
I'm looking around for a tablecloth and certain ornaments, certain
okay.
decorative things for the table. So I got everything that I needed. And then
Oh,
when we were out, of
nice.
course, we had to have a cocktail. We had to have some
Mhm.
wings. So we did
Yeah,
go to a little place that was by the stores to have that. And then guess what? Then, friend, I am here with you. I'm here with
great. Well,
you.
that's nice. You got to spend time with your daughter. I know you always enjoy spending time with each other. So
Yeah.
nice.
Okay.
And
So,
shopping.
folks, so listen, so just so you know, because usually we do our tagline, which we are women of a particular age. We love to talk about women's views, life lessons, and other sugar honey iced tea. Okay.
Mhm.
So now today we have a wonderful topic that has to do with the holidays, and we do have a couple of movies that we would love to suggest to you guys, and we're going to talk to you about those movies. But before we get started, Heather, what do we do before we get started? Okay. All
Wine
right. I
time.
didn't forget, girl. I didn't forget. It's our
Yes,
liquid courage. All
that's
right,
right.
to you, friend.
Cheers. Cheers, cheers.
Okay. Mm, okay. I made sure not to forget this time. Okay. I made sure.
All right.
Okay. All right. So, folks, our topic today is how are you feeling during the holidays? Now, I know that the holidays are different for everyone. So let's talk about it. So now, since the holiday that's coming up right now is Christmas, the biggest question is what is Christmas? Well, Christmas is different to everybody. Christmas could be a religious significance to people, whether if you're Christian, if you're a Christian person, you'd be celebrating the birth of Jesus. And that's what Christmas would be. Now, if we're talking about family time, there's a lot of people, whether you're religious or not, Christmas is a time that you use to spend with family, exchanging gifts, and enjoying the feast. Okay. Now, also, Christmas is a secular holiday, meaning that you don't even have to be religious to celebrate Christmas. everybody usually celebrates Christmas because it's just something that we've all done. It's just usually just something that we've all done. Now, Christmas is also a time where we give thanks. It's a time that we celebrate good things that have happened to us during the year. And it is also a time to be appreciative. Now, I think
Yes.
that me and Heather wanted to talk to you guys about how we feel during the holidays and what are the pros and the cons for us during the holidays. So Heather, why don't you share with everybody what are the pros and the cons for you during the holidays?
Yeah, so I'm going to start off first with the cons.
Okay.
So the cons kind of bring up some emotions, of the past
Yeah.
where, you know, we have many relatives that are no
Yeah.
longer with us.
Yeah.
They're always part of our traditions and always there,
Yes.
not just for Christmas, but for
Yes.
birthdays and other occasions. And they're
Yeah.
no longer here,
Right.
including my mom. So
Yeah.
that makes it a little difficult because it makes you,
Yeah.
makes you a little melancholy around the holidays or her birthday or certain
Right.
events.
Right.
So that is, so I always try to turn it around and just try to tell myself, you know what? I was very fortunate. I had, was blessed with a wonderful mother and I had these
Yeah.
wonderful relatives in my life. And they were a
Yes.
source of love and comfort in my life. And I'm
Right.
very appreciative of
Right.
having them in my life. So that's
Right.
one thing. The
Yeah.
other thing would be kind of like, I would say, probably kind of the stressful time as well, because,
Right.
we're trying to, depending on what you do for the holidays, if you're,
Yeah.
even if it's just your immediate family, or if you're hosting a whole thing with a lot of people, is putting everything
Hosting
together.
is a lot of work, right?
It's yes, it's even if it's just a few people or a few friends, it is because you want everything. You want the ambiance to be good. You want the food to be good. You want the drinks to
Yes.
be good. You want everybody to
Right.
be comfortable and
Right.
just feel really good at the moment.
Right. Right.
That can be a little stressful, but with that
Mm-hmm.
stress, I'm just gonna go kind of come into the pros is the
Mm-hmm.
fruits of your labor, whether you're
Yes.
doing it in your home or you're participating with family and friends and bringing some wine or gifts for the kids or whatever it
Yeah.
is.
And that's
It's
always
pure
good.
enjoyment. You get to reunite. Maybe sometimes I'll see people I haven't seen in a very long time. So it's
Yep.
nice
Good
to
connection.
touch bases, because maybe they're
Mm-hmm.
visiting from out of state. So
Right.
so that's nice. Um, so that's a good thing. Now I did have another con, and it's a little lighthearted. So I'm going to share this. It
Okay.
would be that the con is that I can no longer, when I was like a child, go and sit on Santa's lap and have my picture taken and
Oh
have
wow.
a one-on-one with Santa Claus.
Yeah.
They say,
Right.
Santa Claus, this is what I would like. But now as I became a woman, that was no longer
Yes.
acceptable. And so I had to write
Correct.
my letters to Santa. But you know what? Santa's always blessed me. He's
Okay.
always been very good to me. So thank you, Santa.
You're a
So
mess.
just
You're a
on the
mess.
lighter side, that's just a memory. And
Oh, well, that
here's the
sounds good.
thing too. I was gonna say, something that I miss. I mean, my children are grown now, and I
Right.
love them, and I love spending time with them. But it was so much funner when they were little. Like wrapping
Yes.
up presents like Christmas Eve.
Right.
And just seeing their faces. Getting the stuff
Right.
that they liked, that was
Right.
always like such a source of joy. Now it's
Right.
different, because they're adults, but when they're
Yes.
little like that, just seeing and getting excited about Santa coming, and decorating the house and then participating in that. And it's
Yes.
just, it did bring me a lot of joy. And I do have a lot of good memories.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. With me, I'm going to piggyback off of what you said. Um, the holidays for me are pros and cons. Because I'm gonna say for the pros, I love spending time with my family. I love cooking with them. We do that a lot. Me and my daughter, me and my son, me and my husband, we all cook with each other. So we cook a lot, whether we're together or we're separate. We always make sure that we spend time with each other during the holidays. But we do cook a lot. We cook a lot for each other. That's one of the things that I love. I do love that we do get to sit down and we actually get to have intimate time because we don't always get to do that because everybody is so busy. I
mm,
love how the holidays gives everybody that good loving feeling. It's a feeling that you don't get all through the year all the time from
right.
people. So I do love that. Now, I'm going to tell you what my cons are. My cons are the thing that I was going to piggyback off of you is that the holidays don't feel that holidayish for me like that anymore. And I'll say it just because number one, my kids are grown. I used to love going and buying them all the stuff that they wanted and wrapping it up and getting it under the tree. And you no longer do that anymore because they're adults. So it's
Mhm.
not really the same. And
Right.
then also too, I'm an empty nester. Nobody's in the house but me and my husband. And now that my mom has passed away, Christmas was such a big deal of a holiday for her that it was for us to make it such a big deal for her that
Mhm.
during the holidays it even though we love on each other and we're happy about the food and we're happy that we're all together, we really miss her a lot because
Yeah.
she just her energy was just so loving and just so kind, regardless of how you treated her, regardless of how you were with her. She just was
Mm.
always loving and kind, and we kind of like miss that. We miss that.
Aw,
um
yeah. Mm.
I will say that, and another con for me is that sometimes during the holidays I do get a little sad, just because it just not just because my mom, because my brother is no longer here,
Mm.
and whether people think so or not, you could have a house full of people and still feel alone. And there's
Mm.
times that I
Yes.
do feel like that. But I am gonna say, out of all of it, I do love the holidays. I can't wait
Mhm.
for Christmas, and I
Mhm.
can't wait for us to eat. So I think that that's gonna be pretty good. So I know you're gonna be
Yeah.
cooking. I know I'm gonna be cooking. We'll be able to share that.
Mm.
So that's gonna
Yeah.
be good. It's gonna be good.
Yes.
All right. Well, listen.
Okay.
All right. So you guys, listen. You guys, um, if you guys have like pros and cons of your holidays and you want to share them down in the comments with us because me and Heather are both persons that lost our mother, and even though we have our family and we love our family, it is
Mhm.
kind of saddening during the holidays when you're alone and
Mm.
your loved one is gone. So please, if you feel like that, share that because I know I feel like that. If you're happy, please share that because we'd like to hear that in the comments. Okay, because that's how we feel. We get it. We totally
Yes.
get it. Okay.
For
All
sure.
right. So well, now we're gonna switch gears from the
Okay.
holiday doom and gloom to something else. So now,
Mhm.
folks, we're gonna start talking about three movies that we have seen. But the subject is going to be, is AI friend or foe? Now, folks, the reason why I'm saying that because for the past couple of days, me and Heather have watched three movies,
Mm.
three movies that have came
Mm.
out within the past 3 years that have really been pushing the agenda on the AI. And me and
Mm.
Heather wanted to discuss it today. Okay. Now, there's two of these movies that are on Netflix. One is on Prime Video. Don't worry, we're going to talk about them one at a time. But I am going to ask you, if you get a chance, please look at them because they're going to give you a lot of insight of what we're going to talk about. Okay. So now, the first movie that we are going to talk about is it is a movie with Megan Fox, and that movie is it's Netflix Subservience. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
let me get a picture of her so you guys can see her here. Now, for this movie, that movie, folks, came out recently, a couple of weeks ago. It's an hour and 45 minutes. Now, the premise of the movie is this: it is an overwhelmed husband who buys a cutting edge AI robot to help around the house until it develops dangerous feelings for him. Now, folks, let me tell you something. This movie was very enlightening, but a little bit scary, and it touches a little bit close to home. Heather, come on. Tell us what was one of the points, one of the what is one of the specifics out of the movie that stuck out with you that we could share with them.
Yes. So, I mean, the whole concept of, AI, in this case, having a nanny because the mother was ill. She was going to get a heart
Right,
transplant. The
right.
father, you know, he feels a little overwhelmed, with, having to take on extra tasks, and taking care of the
Hmm.
family because the mom's not there. And then, you know, running
But what's
into,
but which part specifically stuck out to you?
well, I'm just going to cut to the chase. Okay. So, why does the nanny have a V, as in,
Listen, girl.
okay, not my nanny. If I get a nanny,
Exactly.
it will be a Barbie
Exactly.
doll. It will be
Exactly.
Barbie doll look. If you know what I'm saying.
Heather, wasn't it so odd that the nanny could eat? Listen, okay,
Yes,
so folks, let me tell you what Heather's talking about. In this movie, okay? That's why we're giving you specifics because we want you to go see the movie.
yes,
In this
definitely.
movie, the husband has relations with the robot. Now,
Hmm.
folks, the reason why Heather is saying this is because the robot was equipped to have relations.
Yes, just like a regular woman.
Mm.
Mm,
All right,
yes,
folks, come on now. What are they doing? What kind of agenda are they? What are they trying to push?
right. And so in those scenes, there's many little scenes in there where they're having relation, like he's in the shower. So
Mm.
I have to say, I mean, he did have a very nice body. He had
Yes,
a nice
yes,
booty, should I say
yes,
booty? And
yes.
so okay, so I was okay with that.
Yeah.
Uh,
But Heather,
mhm.
the issue is the robot, the AI is
Yes,
in the home and she's learning. And the more she's
yes,
in the home, the more she's learning about the husband, the
right,
children, and the
yes,
wife. That's
yes.
what's scary about it.
And she's picking up on all the little things
Yes, child.
about the child, the father,
Yes.
and things like that. And there is a
Mm,
scene there where the father is watching a movie, and he tends to
yes.
drink a lot. And
Uh-huh. He
she
does.
comes over, he's watching Casablanca,
Yes.
and she's programmed not really to really have that kind of emotion like a regular person.
Right.
And so she's saying that if he can't he said, well, I wish you could. Basically, he wanted her to feel those emotions of seeing the
Right.
woman and the man
Right.
talking about these feelings. So
Right.
he presses a button on the back of her neck, disengages her. I guess it disengages a certain part of her programming, so it
Yeah.
will allow her to feel.
But that's
And
when all hell broke loose.
and that's when all hell breaks loose, girl, because he shouldn't have been pushing no
Yes.
buttons. No buttons.
Because now
You're
listen, and
strictly
now
hearing
she's
me and
feeling everything.
now she's
Okay.
feeling everything, and I mean everything. More than emotions,
Okay.
okay?
Okay. Look, this we're gonna do. We're gonna get off of this because he looked too good. We could talk about this for a long period
He
of
did.
time. Because
Nice looking man.
folks, don't worry. We're building to something. We're building to something. So just
Yes.
bear with us. because we're going to build and we're going to talk about this. We're going to wrap this up towards the end.
Yeah.
Okay, now, the second AI movie that we saw, okay, was Netflix Afraid. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and let's get a picture of this. Okay, and this movie, folks, I'm sorry I couldn't get the widescreen. I kind of get what I can get.
Mm-hmm.
This movie, folks, was about of them testing AI, testing an AI system in their home. A family of five gradually falling victim to its invasive methods and overprotective personality. Now,
Mm-hmm.
folks, let me tell you
Yeah.
about this one. Please don't be fooled. Even though we're talking about a full family, okay? Because this is the switch of it. Okay, before we had where this was the robot who was brought into the home to learn about the family, to basically help the family, okay, to lighten the load of the family. Okay, now we have the same thing, but what's different is with this one, the young man who was working at this company, the company has asked him to bring this AI system in his home to show him or to prove to him that AI is good, it's efficient, it could really help him. And I'm going to tell you, there was nothing intimate that happened in this one, but the AI wanted to be. Heather, listen, come on, come on, come on, listen. Well, how did you
Yes.
feel? How did you feel? How did you feel when the AI started talking to the little boy like if it was his friend, like just low key, like
Yes.
entertaining bad things to him? How did you feel
Yes.
about that?
Right. Right. It's on. The word that comes to mind is kind of like, I want to use this word and it may come off a little, but grooming, so to sense, right?
Yes,
Because
yes,
it's kind of grooming because there's two boys and there's a daughter. And so to
yes,
me, the AI is really getting in their head and really
yes,
trying to, and actually successfully connecting with each of the children in their
yes,
lives and as to what is actually going on. They all three have
yes,
different things going on. And she
right.
taps into that because she's very
Hmm.
intuitive and that,
Yes,
and to me that's like a sense of she's gaining like control, okay,
yes,
even more control than the parents have over the children. So that was kind of
yes.
uh
It gets really,
scary.
it gets really scary, right?
It does.
Ooh.
And because the children, what happens is they get to be very trusting of the
Mhm.
AI, very
Right.
trusting, almost like more trusting than the parents, because
That's
the
right.
AI is kind of coming down to their age level and
Right.
giving empathy and understanding and
That's
saying,
right.
I understand what you're going through. I know what's
Right.
happening. And then offering advice and actually not just offering advice, but at some
Hmm.
points actually taking action without even the child or the teenager knowing, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? So very
Right.
intrusive that way. And then there's repercussions of that. And that's where you know, it starts getting scary because now
Yeah.
it's like the AI is out of control. Where at first everybody's thinking, wow, the mom and the dad, this is awesome. The kids are cleaning up, they're doing different things, they're on a reward
Right.
system by this
Right.
AI, you're helping with school,
Right.
one's making a friend who's always been a
Right.
loner. And so one's
Hmm.
wanting to go to college, and the AI is helping to, write a paper to get into Stanford. So there's
Right.
a lot of positive things. So, uh, like you said, it's, is it friend or foe? Well, it, the theme that you're going to see throughout the three movies, if you watch all
Right.
three of them, that's the theme, friend or foe. And it
Right.
shows you both sides, but in different
Right.
ways, different
Right.
scenarios of that.
Right.
So it makes it interesting.
Right. And I'm going to tell you, folks, you're going to really want to see this one. This movie
Mm.
just came out. This movie was just posted, I would say maybe about 2 weeks, Heather. if that.
Yes.
And it's really, really good. But I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna give you some insight. And I don't know about you, but it's a little frightening and scary. And me and Heather, we're gonna talk about it really briefly because we're gonna get to the next one because we want to
Hmm.
talk with you about the next movie. Okay. Now, this is the last movie, which is an AI movie. Now, this movie, which is the Prime Video movie Megan. Now, this movie came out in 2022. Okay. Now, here's the picture of Megan. Now, Megan is a marvel of an artificial intelligence, a lifelike doll that's programmed to be a child's greatest companion and a parent's greatest ally. Well, let me tell you, this theme continued on through every movie. I'm going to tell you, Megan was neither one of those. She started out just like the rest of them. Oh,
Hmm.
she's so intelligent. She wants to help the child. She wants to help the parent. And let me tell you, they come in, they become controlling. But in this movie, Megan learned so much that she started to unalive people. And she had the strength of a man, even though she was a doll. Listen, Heather, come on. Tell them one of the scenes that you liked about Megan.
Well, is when one of the daughter, the Katie, who,
Mm-hmm.
um, you know, her parents were unalived, so now
Yeah,
the aunt is taking care of her. So now the aunt has her hands full. She hasn't had kids. She's trying to find
yeah,
outlets for the daughter. So I
right,
mean, for well, her now daughter.
right.
So she decides because Katie has become very good friends with her AI robot, Megan.
Yes,
You know, so she thought, the aunt thought, she needs some social interaction, even though the little girl didn't want it because she's happy with Megan. That's all she wants. But she
right,
takes her on this
right.
little camp, and that's where she meets this little boy,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a bully. He's not very nice. And she ends up taking Megan because she asked permission, to her aunt, can I take her? Da, da, da. And then one lady said, well, kids bring their stuffed toys, but Megan is not a stuffed toy; she's an AI.
That's right.
So
That's
she
right.
puts it in. She puts Megan with the rest of the stuffed toys there. Well,
Right.
Megan is the AI is observing all these interactions of that bully.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
And
everybody,
then
please know what Heather's telling you that Megan has real feelings. She's connected with
yes,
this little girl and she has
yes,
feelings. So, whatever this little girl is feeling, Megan is feeling them. Okay,
yes,
sorry,
and
Heather. I just want to give a little
oh
background.
no, no. And the thing is that her feelings are very, from what I saw, very, very intense. Like protector.
Yes.
She's
Yeah.
a protector of,
Very
Katie.
protective.
So this bully runs into, Katie. They were picking chestnuts because they were going to roast chestnuts, and he
Right.
starts bullying her, and then
Right.
okay, starts talking about the robot. Oh, da da da, this and
Mhm.
that. Well, Megan ends up showing up, and she sees that the kid is bullying little Katie, on there.
Right.
So that was not a good thing for the little boy because
No, it was
Megan
not.
and
No.
I'm it
No.
was no, it was yeah,
No.
she was very violent with him, and I'm not going to say everything because that way you can see it,
Yes, yes.
but
All we're gonna
but
tell you guys is, Megan, if you go and see this movie, and folks,
yes,
please don't think that I spelled it wrong. The movie is called Megan.
yes,
The reason why the three is backwards because of her being an AI. So please understand that it's not that I spelled it
yes,
wrong. When you go look up the movie, that's how it's pronounced. Okay.
yes,
All right. So I
and
don't want you. I
Tara,
don't want. I know that I'm a Gen Xer, but I'm not
yes.
dyslexic. So don't trip. I
Yes,
got you.
I
Okay.
can vouch
So
for
I got
that. That is true. But Tara did bring to my attention, she said, oh, she prepared me. She goes, there's going to be a scene there where Megan, So that scene, when she's going after the kid, she's almost like
Yes.
animal like. She's on all fours, running on all fours. And the kid is totally freaked out, scared half to death.
because
and
she's
she's just
coming full
running.
force.
Yes, I would, girl, I would be scared too. If I could climb up
Girl,
a tree, I
listen,
would climb up the
listen.
tree.
I would have did number one, number two, and then I would have had a stroke and fell out.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm-mm.
So you told me to look out for that scene. I saw it as, oh, that's the scene that Tara's talking about. Yes. So
Right, right. I thought it was. Listen, for me, I thought it was like crazy as heck. Okay, I thought it was the
it
craziest thing
was.
I had ever seen. But you
Yes.
know what? We're gonna wrap it up. So listen, Heather, this is
Yes.
what I feel, and you'll be able to speak on what you feel.
Mhm.
This is what I feel about these movies. The reason why I picked the title Friend or Foe is because these are three AI movies that were pushed out within the last 3 years. And none of these movies are different. The scary part about the movie is each movie ends up the same, which is the family or the person thinks that they've destroyed the AI, but once the AI comes into your home and it's been in contact with your electronics, there
Yeah.
you can't destroy it. So for me, watching these movies are very very scary to me because are they trying to tell us something? Heather, what do you think?
Well, I can just tell you that I'm seeing a lot of feeds and a lot of things in the news, and most
Yeah.
recently, Elon Musk and Trump, and them going
Mm,
over these AI robots that cost 20 to 30,000. They're the new ones that are
right,
out there. Some people
right,
out on the social media, like famous people, you'll see that
right,
they're catching glimpses of people, shopping, and they have these AI robots as, carrying their packages and things.
right,
But
right,
with something that can be good, it can also not be so good either. And I just
right,
think there's, with the pros and cons, I think the cons kind of are outweighing the good, at least from these movies and what we're seeing. That if that, in
right,
fact, something that could happen, and maybe some of this
right,
may be a little bit exaggerated, I don't know
right,
enough about it, the science of
right,
it,
right.
but yeah. I'm not ready for it, to be honest with you.
Right.
I'm not
Well,
ready to have AI in
I'm
my
gonna I'm
home.
just gonna tell you folks, if I were you, if you get a chance, please go see all three of the movies. The movies, you got two of them, which is Subservience. That is on Netflix. Afraid, that is on Netflix. Megan is on Prime Video. Please, all these movies are within 2 hours.
Yes.
All I'm
Hmm.
going to tell you is this: I can't tell you for sure what's going on. Do I think AI is going to be helpful? I don't know. But I am going to tell you this: if three different people put out three different movies and they end the same, which is we can't get away from AI, and they learn more than we do, and that they
Hmm.
could take over, that's a little disturbing to me. So I'm just saying, when you get a
Yes.
chance,
Mhm.
watch the movies, because there was just something that me and Heather thought and we saw, and we wanted to share with you guys. So so I hope that that
Mhm.
sounds good to y'all. So Heather, listen, friend, thank you so
Yes.
much for joining me this evening. I'm glad I got on here because I was busy as I don't know what. You look so sexy. You look so
Why,
good.
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
And listen, folks, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you, of course. Once again, we are Women of a Particular Age podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you guys have
Yes.
any questions or if you have any comments, please leave them down below. We want to hear from you guys.
We
We're
do.
new
We
Gen
want
Xers
her.
with the podcast. Okay. And if
Yes.
there's things you want to hear or there are things you want us to talk about, let us know. If there's things that we need to work on, please let us know because we're new and we don't have no problem taking any criticism as long as you're respectful. Right, Heather?
Yes. Right
Okay.
on.
All right.
Right on.
Okay. So, folks, we love you. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Have a good
Thank
one.
you. Adios. Goodbye.